that I kind of look at you as like the friendly great white shark, in my opinion, because in a way, when you think of an agent, a lot of times for people who haven't been exposed to agents and managers stuff, there's this kind of stigma in your head about what an agent is, this sort of fast talking car salesman type, kind of bullish, not too friendly, doesn't have time for anybody. Not you, Kenny. You're always your emails start with encouragement, happy, beautiful Sunday. You use words that are you're always upbeat and friendly and loving. And when you read Aspire Higher, guys, you'll understand part of why Kenny is the way he is. But I don't know if there's much to talk about or if there's something that you can say about it, but why have you made such a deliberate choice in your life to start every conversation and every interaction with such a positive mentality? And there's even a story that you give about a guy, a neighbor of yours, who's driving home very quickly and almost hits your dog. And your choice in how you address that was so nice and refreshing. Can you talk a little bit about why you are so positive?
Well, that goes back to the fact in Aspire Higher, I talk about the fact that if your heart is filled with love, you're more likely to bestow love and kindness and civility onto others. And I believe the formula that I set out in Aspire Higher is one of the ways to do that. And that is, you make choices that reflect your highest self, your highest values, and your highest goals. And you start with very small choices. You get your victories. You get your confidence that you can affect positive change in your life, your feelings of self-esteem and mastery. And as I said, confidence elevate. Your feelings of self-worth increase, your self-image increases. And when you have confidence that you can make great life choices and that you're a constructive life choice maker, even in the face of great life detours, setbacks, and everything else, it gives you great confidence that you can navigate anything. And that's the feeling you want. And I will tell you, the more you begin to feel better about yourself, you develop something called self-love, where you feel like you're worthy of the great life choices that you make. You feel as if you deserve the great path that you're making for yourself, either personally or professionally. And when you begin to feel self-love, you begin to make choices that reflect that self-love. Because you care about your well-being, you care about your career, you care about your relationships because you feel you deserve really great ones. So that's where it comes from. And also, obviously, having loving relationships, hopefully with your parents, with your partner or spouse, with your children. They obviously instill lots of love in your heart. So I started out, as you know, from Aspire Higher, with feeling unlovable by my dad because I thought that because he wasn't there but was working so much, he might not love me. And I found out later that was not correct. He was just trying to give me the education he never had. We bonded later, and the love I lacked at the beginning was instilled later. So the long-winded answer, Daniel, is that I come at things with a full heart, which is why I want to be the wind beneath others' wings, because through career choreography and making the great life choices that I talk about, both career and life choices that I talk about in Aspire Higher, I have fulfilled many of my potentials. In fact, many would say that I'm an overachiever. And the way I have done that is through figuring out the choreography of everything. How do I approach each challenge, setback, goal, and put myself in the best position to succeed? So where it comes from is that love. It's so funny because when I first interviewed with the president of the William Morris Agency, and I was trying to weigh whether I should work for a law firm or for the William Morris Agency, I actually said to the then president, I think of an agent as a guy with a pinky ring and gold chains and Johnny Carson making, jokes about the 10%. And I look at an agent, and this was not necessarily a very sophisticated way of looking at it. And I said, you know, sort of a slimy guy. And he said, you know, there are reputable doctors, there are reputable lawyers, and there are ones that aren't. The William Morris Agency is the most reputable agency in the world. And if we weren't that, we wouldn't represent the caliber of the people that we represent. And then he went through that list that I articulated. And I was sold. But I'll tell you, I have always fought the sort of persona of the slick agent. I've never worn a shiny suit. I have no chains, no pinky rings. I try to be the exact opposite of that. I try to be authentic. I try to be real. And it's funny because I remember somebody who, when I was an attorney, and this guy was a major TV host, and I was doing a TV deal for him. And he asked me a question. And I said, you know, Michael, I don't know, but I'll find out for you. And I called him back a couple of hours later and gave him the answer. And he was very appreciative. When I started my company, he was one of the first people who called me and said, you know, Kenny, I'm going to leave William Morris and come with you. And he said, let me tell you why. He said, the day you said, I don't know, but I'll find out for you, showed me that you're real, that you're honest, that I can trust you. And the one thing I've always tried to make sure is that my clients feel that they can trust me. And I feel that in any business that you go into, you want to break through the clutter. You want to be different and better. You want to stand out in a really good way. And I think one of the ways I've been able to stand out is not only be effective for my clients, because I can be the world's greatest guy, and if I were ineffective, it wouldn't matter. But if you're effective and trustworthy, and you're effective and work hard, and you're effective and you work smart, you're going to be successful.